Listen, Green Bay lost. Take a deep breath. Not a terrible loss. We all thought Green Bay was a year away. And then you lose 5 offensive performers in the game. You're not going to win at Philadelphia. Fumbled the opening kickoff. The truth is about the Green Bay Packers, they went 0-6 against the Lions, Eagles, and Vikings. I lost perspective last year when they rolled Dallas. I thought, all right, here we go. But you know what happened the next week? They lost to San Francisco, and Jordan Love had 2 picks, and that's probably what they are. A quarterback that's young, ascending, and growing, and a bunch of skill. Favre won a Super Bowl in Green Bay in year 5. Aaron won it in year 6. And Jordan Love just finished year 5. It's going to be okay. They lost a couple of receivers, the offensive line. Philadelphia's O&D lines are better to begin with. Forget losing guys. They got a great coach, a really good young quarterback, tons of skill, cap space. They're fine. They used to call them yuppies when you were young and upwardly mobile. That's what Green Bay is. They've got space. They've got talent. They got skill. They got a good coach. But it was, and you could tell early, it was just not their day. And here's Matt LaFleur after.
You know, it's just, yeah, right now. Nice. That's about par for the night right there.
Yeah, knocked over a water bottle. Packers are going to be fine.
Yeah. I agree with Colin. This is one of those things where it's easy to pile on. Everyone's kind of like, oh, this is proof Jordan Love's not good. And I just don't see it that way. This season was kind of plagued from the beginning. From Jordan Love getting injured, obviously. He then wasn't able to really build off of any momentum. When he came back, he wasn't 100% healthy. He was also now rusty, and then it took him a little bit. Then he kind of gets back in a rhythm. Then he gets banged up again. Then you're dealing with other injuries on both sides of the ball. I really do think that Jordan Love is a special player, but he really does need weapons to truly show his special. Yes, we do have some quarterbacks like the Lamars, like the Josh Allens, who even them can't really reach their true potential without pieces around them. But those types of quarterbacks are able more to be more resilient when players are down, you know, when you don't have the weapons. Someone like Jordan Love, who is a truly special passer of the ball, he needs dudes. He absolutely needs dudes. Like, again, can you imagine if Jordan Love had Jamar Chase and T Higgins to work with? Like, he'd be throwing the ball all over the place. So it's just one of those things where this Packers team, they need to be better. Like, again, the fact that this game was even close is kind of wild. I didn't love the play calling personally. You know, it really was constantly this boomer bust offense, and it's been like this kind of throughout the whole season. It's just like, you know, taking that deep shot, which was then intercepted. I don't get it. Because, like, this is the way how it was. It was opening kick, fumble. Then easy touchdown from the Eagles. Now you're down 0-7. You know, then in a blink of an eye. Then the next kickoff, 10-yard penalty. Then 3 and out. Then the interception on the deep shot. Like, everything is going so bad. Just get some momentum going. Get the easy passes going. You know, then the missed field goal, then interception. It's just like, how are you going to win 3 turnovers at half? You're just not going to win on the road. It was just a mess in that regard. And I said this in the post-game video. Look no further than what the Eagles did. The Eagles relied on their defense, relied on their run game, and had their quarterback make nice, easy throws. And they won the game. They took care of the ball, had no turnovers. That's literally what the Green Bay Packers could have done. Because what made the Eagles special, it wasn't A.J. Brown, wasn't Devontae. Yeah, Dallas Goedert definitely muscled up, made an awesome catch, and then barreled in there. But they relied majority on Saquon and the defense. And the Eagles showed the Packers what their game plan could have been. And that wasn't. Their game plan continued to be, hey, we're just going to let it rip. We're going to go for hero shots. And it's like, why? Why? And now when you have all these injuries, when every single wide receiver goes down, it's just like, what are you supposed to do in this situation? You know, I mean, they had penalties, and they obviously weren't ready for the moment. Unnecessary roughness multiple times. At key moments of the games, at key moments when the game was still within reach, the Packers were giving up, taking bad penalties, fighting on the sidelines. They weren't ready for this moment. They just weren't. They really weren't. Even having that tough fumble. Okay, you're down 7-0. Not ideal one bit. Who cares? Get over it. Denver Broncos scored a touchdown opening drive against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills had a rough, not the best for half. The score was 10-7. Easily could have been 10-10. It was a missed field goal. Didn't matter. They just kept on with their plan. Whereas the Packers were just falling apart, both physically and obviously from a game plan perspective. And so don't just blame the injuries. Because if they didn't have those injuries, they would have been better and could have won this game, but it would have masked the problems, though. It would have given you the feeling of, hey, we're better than what we really are. So I think almost them losing this way is actually kind of a good thing. Because there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide in a first-round exit. Like I said, Jordan Love obviously needed to play better. 20 for 33, 212 yards, 6 yards per attempt, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a 41.5 rating. Though the one interception wasn't his fault. That was like at the end of the game, and he's just obviously got to let it rip. 25 carries, 107 yards rushing. They were 1 for 3 in the red zone. I mean, the defense was great. Held Philly 1 for 4 in the red zone, and Philly was 2 for 11 on third down. But again, turnovers obviously really did you in. That's where it obviously went wrong. Turnovers and penalties and injuries. I mean, that's just how you can't overcome injuries, penalties, and turnovers in the playoffs, especially when the other team doesn't turn the ball over. But the Philadelphia Eagles, go back and watch that game. Go back and just watch it from a Philadelphia Eagles perspective and see what they did offensively. The Green Bay Packers could have done that identically. And look, it was good enough to win the game. It was good enough to win the game. They did not rely on beautiful thrown balls to A.J. Brown making amazing, awesome catches. They didn't rely on Devontae catching the ball and ripping off a 35-yard run after catch. They didn't rely on any of that. They moved the sticks. They relied on Saquon Barkley. Made nice, easy, short throws. Had Jalen Hurts do some RPOs. Use his legs himself. Pick up some key first downs. Didn't turn the ball over. Relied on the defense. Boom. They won. Boom. That could have been the Packers' game plan. And it was never the Packers' game plan throughout this entire season. It was always boom, bust, run. And I can't explain it. I don't understand why. And so everyone keeps saying, oh, Jordan Love's reckless. Jordan Love's reckless. And I get it. He can be reckless. But so can the game plan. And so that's where I'm just kind of still trying to figure this out. Where were the easy completions? Why, when this game's kind of already out of, this game feels like it's kind of slightly getting out of control, why are you saying, all right, Jordan Love, just go rip a 50-yard, just, slinging it down the field? Like, why? Why is that the play that's being dialed up? Why are you trying to play hero ball in the first half when the game is still 1,000% in reach? Sustain a drive. Milk the clock. Get some points. Close the gap. But instead, you get a turnover. And then boom, now things are really starting to fall apart. That's the problem. That's where things suddenly just veer off. I think the future is incredibly bright for the Green Bay Packers. And I do think that they're still going in the right direction. And I do think Jordan Love is still a top quarterback in the NFL. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Green Bay Packers? What do you think went wrong? Do you think it really was just injuries? Do you think this team just was not ready to play? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.